Coming straight from the Northwest. Whole world got it bad, so we protest. Just cause I rock these hair and these tattoos, you automatically assuming I am bad news.
What up, y'all?
Y'all got me fucked up. We your
Savelle.
child, America raised us. Fist up to the POCs, a big middle finger up to authority. Straight suckers. If you want my opinion, I ain't never forgot about missing indigenous women that y'all prey on. Still true to this day, murdering ass crackers, get the fuck out our way. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
Savelle Tha Native joining us tonight. I'm gonna send him an invite right now.
Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
Coming straight out of Eugene, Oregon.
That's what's savvy, baby. Oh, y'all thought I was done? Hell nah, bring your badge and your gun and shoot your shot at unarmed citizens who were mad at what y'all did to them. And now they riot and you wanna blame us. That's why you out here killing people in handcuffs, and that's enough. Man, we see the agenda and we televise it all with no propaganda. We stand tall.
Message
All of my
sent.
people,
Let's
just
go.
remember that we created equal. We can't control them, but we can't control us.
Savelle Tha Native, what's up, Michelle?
Man, we screaming.
Hope y'all doing good tonight.
That's what's happening, baby. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. That's what's happening, baby.
Savelle Tha Native, what's good?
Yo, what's going on?
Just chilling, brother. I'm glad to meet you finally, bro. I've been bumping your music since the day I found your music, bro.
Blessings, bro. Blessings.
Yeah, so this is Savelle Tha Native coming straight out of Eugene, Oregon. He's been, I think you've been doing this for, I would say, 6 years, 7 years?
Well,
Longer than that.
I've always rapped, but as far as like really pushing it and making it something, 4 years this year.
4 years, okay. Yeah, because I seen some videos on YouTube like 6 years, 7 years. I was like, okay. This guy's he's been putting his pen to work, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is Savelle Tha Native, man, coming out of Eugene, Oregon. I'd like to take this time, and let you introduce yourself. Tell us a little about where you're from. What's your tribe?
I am Savelle Tha Native. Like he said, I am out of Eugene, Oregon. I represent the Echo Sixes to Tutni tribes of Southern Oregon, Northern California. Today it is known as Siletz, Confederate tribes. But I keep it to my roots, who we are and where we from. So I'm Checo Sixes to Tutni. Like I said, I've been every other myself. And when I dropped my first tape, if nobody liked it, I wasn't gonna do nothing else with it. I was gonna keep it. Yeah, I was gonna keep it a hobby. So, but if it cracked off and people liked it, I already had a plan in my head what I was gonna do. I was gonna drop 3 mixtapes. So I had Shots Fired, was my first one. Second one is Man Down, and this next one I'm about to drop is Last One Standing. So this next project I'm about to drop is what happens after all that hard work, and I have No Doubt. This one is a No Doubt album, a mixtape. Got smacks on there.
Oh, bro, you got some classic music, man. Like, I was tapped in. I was like, bro, is this fool from the Bay? I thought you were from the Bay, like
No.
crazy, bro.
Top
yeah,
left.
But you from top left for real, man. And I was like, wow, this dude's tapped into some energy, bro. You can tell, like, you've been studying the game, the whole West Coast game, and I'm glad to see you on the rise, man. I mean, within these 4 years, to see the work, the collaborations, even the swag, bro, like your whole image right now, you got it locked, bro. I'm glad that you got organized and you had a plan. Bro, because not many people have a plan. And but did you have support, or was it just you starting out?
In the beginning, I always had support. I've always people. I've never done this solo. This is accumulation of multiple hands, multiple energies, multiple. You know what I mean? From the gatekeeper of the Northwest, Cool Nuts, all the way down to when I started with Stelly, Eddie Kane, and my guy J Boy, who put me on in Utah, who even got me like doing it. Like I did, you know, he heard me rap. He heard a song I did, right? Was like brought me to his house, showed me his studio, got me in the booth, and booked me my first show in Utah. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So you know, I wasn't. I'm sorry, I forgot where I was going.
But your first, let's go to your first show in Utah, bro. Like, how was that for you? What were your expectations?
Um, I didn't really have much. I just knew that I was excited. You know, I grew up in sports. I grew up wrestling and bike racing.
All
Um,
right.
so that one-on-one sport, you know, it's you and you know, it was kind of the same thing. It was that same jig.
Mhm.
So it got me excited. You know, got me happy. I loved it. You know what I mean? It wasn't. I wasn't. I mean, I was nervous, but it was a good nervous.
Yeah. I
You know,
mean, doing
so,
your first show, I mean, it does. I'm pretty sure you get nervous every show, right?
of course, especially when the crowds start hitting 500, 700. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different.
Yeah, but that energy you get back, ain't nothing like it, bro.
Try to
That's why
match.
I gotta see you live. And for the ones that are tuning in, you know, we got a show coming here in the Valley, down here in Phoenix. Yep. So he'll be coming in the area soon. You'll see the flyer right there. There's a
Yeah,
flyer.
yeah. We're starting out. We're doing one in Gallup, and then we're coming to Phoenix.
Yeah. So he's going to be on the road for anybody that's trying to catch him. You know, in a city near you, in a res near you. Um, so when did you know you had something? You put out the shots fired.
My
What,
first
what,
So my boy Jesse in Utah, he had me featuring on a lot of songs, and that's just how it was. I was just featuring and just dropping 16s, and then he asked everybody for a single. He wanted one verse with one hook from everybody that was running around with they called themselves Lake Squad, Salt Lake City Lake Squad. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote this song called "It's My Turn." There's the graphic right there, and to this day is one of my best songs that I've ever created. So when I created that song, it kind of my energy is in your face. You know, I'm a very humble dude because I allow my I artistically express myself, and that's healthy for me. You know, because when I was little, I didn't have this. You know what I mean? I didn't have this outlet, so I use this as my outlet now. So when it comes out, it's in my music. So when I came out with it, it was controversial. It was a slap. It was catchy. It was just, you know, all the ingredients to make it a right pie. So I just kept whipping. You know what I mean? So after I hit that one, I never got it bad. I never got anybody like, oh, that was all right. Everybody was like, whoa, that's what's up. That's a
mhm.
slap. You know, that's a banger. You know what I'm saying? So I just kept it pushing. After my first single I wrote.
Hell yeah, bro. Have you done the show on your res yet?
Yes, I have. I have, and I that was one of my best energy, highest energy shows. Performing for the youth, um, that was cool. That was really cool. It was really they looked up and they seen themselves. They seen it's possible. We can do this. You know,
Hmm.
like look at them. You know what I'm saying? That's our people, and I'm up there to tooting, war hooping, and you know where I
Yeah.
can't do that in Santa Cruz at the Catalyst. You know, not that that crowd's against it. They just don't know what a war hoop is. It might catch somebody off guard. You know what I mean?
You know, but they're gonna remember. They're gonna remember, bro.
They gonna
Hell
remember.
yeah, bro. But yeah, dude, that's why it's like, bro, you like the West Coast natives, bro. Different, bro. Y'all different, man. The bounce, the beats, the lyrics, the slang, man, it's different, man. It presents itself differently, and I love that about y'all. And and like, what is it that sticking to those beats, those West Coast beats?
It's just the rhythm of this side of the map. This is the sun sets over here, the sun might rise over there. You know what I'm saying? There's different energies. You know what I'm saying? There's a different beat, there's a different wave of the ocean, and if you tap in correctly, you know what I'm saying, it come out something like, you know what I'm saying? Something special, something saucy. The West Coast. You know what I mean?
Where a lot of your people trying to keep you to to the roots, no
Uh,
experimenting.
and when I did start, I had it was someone named Savelle Tha Native. It's my rap name. Funny story, The Native only came because I needed a last name for Facebook.
Hmm.
Savelle, and then I was like, I don't know I'm not gonna put Savelle and put my last name, so I was like, well, I put The Native, so then it just stuck. But But I had in the beginning I had elders and, people jumping on YouTube and Facebook and, oh, you're not you're disrespecting our culture. You're making us look bad. Pull your pants up. Just I got the finger shook at me a lot, but it didn't deter me and it didn't make me mad. At first, obviously, I felt, a little like, you don't know me type energy, attitude towards it. But in a sense, it's more of an opening up to like, then I need to bridge a gap, because
Mm.
I'm from the city, you know, I'm from Eugene. I'm a contemporary Native American, you know what I mean? So my ways is going to be different, and I need to bridge that. But I'm still, I was raised over there in Siletz. I was raised with my people. I was raised in our dance house. I was raised in our sweat lodge. I was raised singing our songs and our prayers in our language. So there's no difference. I just live in the city and I got a different piece to me. And there's a lot more like me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I
And
took it as a challenge to try to bridge that gap between me and my natives. You know what I'm saying? Me and my people. So that's that's kind of like what I got coming out too. After Last One Standing, I'm gonna drop a. This is the first time I'm talking about this too. I'm gonna drop a
all right.
EP called Cedars to the Streets. So I'm gonna
Mm.
do a 3-piece mixtape, kind of like I did when I started. It's gonna be Cedars to the Streets, Skyscrapers and Sweat Lodges, and I'm gonna get the native mixtape. I'm just get everybody on it. So I'm trying to bridge a gap. I'm trying to bring everybody all on one track musically. You know what I'm saying? And just mesh the waters.
Yeah. Well, that's some pretty good stuff to talk about, bro. Like during those times of your community hearing your music, like could you like kind of expand on what that felt like to you?
Um. The youth, the way that they reacted, me seeing, my kids as cousins' kids, my kids as aunties' kids out there, and all the teenagers out there, when they reacted to what I was doing, I didn't need no more validation. I can't teach the older
Hmm.
anything. I can only show them something new through, the next what's coming up. So if I can influence that, I'm cool.
Yeah, I dig it, bro, because that's definitely the generation that does understand where you're coming from, Even if you're on the res or off the res, they understand what it means just to speak your mind and raise your voice. I'm glad that you're doing some projects for the natives. You already have some songs out like "Fuck the Police." I hear you representing the MMIW movement in there. And some of the police brutality. Um, what have you been through in the city of Eugene as a native?
Well, when the protests hit, they hit out here. They didn't start in Portland. They started in Eugene. And I was out there the first night. And I, just normal person. I was curious. I wanted to see. They had garbage cans lit in fire. They took over the streets. They didn't shut down buildings. I shut up. Um, and just being a part of the protest, I was a part of the protest for like a week. But by the end of the week, we were being targeted. We was doing nothing but being peaceful. I got all this video documentation of us just standing around and getting harassed by the police. And then it eventually ended up, the end result was, being in a paddy wagon, having cases, you know what I'm saying? Deemed a bad guy, you know what I mean? And my bro is still going through he's got the EPD and the SPD on a civil lawsuit right now.
God damn, bro.
But we are going through it with them. And I didn't stay in it long enough to like my bro. If you ever follow me on IG or anything like that, I always tag my bro. My bro's with me everywhere I go. Kenseco KC. But he went so deep into it, so deep. He was in the protest for 6 months. He went to DC, did his thing out there. But I didn't get that deep into it. You know what I mean? My dad cried. My dad don't cry, so I was out the way. You know what I'm saying? But I still supported him in what he did, and I still support him with what he's got going on. Holding the cops accountable for what they did that night. You know what I mean? That was wild.
It
So
was,
that's
bro.
where the police song came from when they released me. I went and wrote that.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. That's a
And
classic track.
I didn't even click on the clock before I had that rap.
Did you write some of the lyrics while you were locked up?
No, no. Jail.
Just
I had
chill.
no inspiration. I was my
Okay.
only get out.
Yeah, for
Let me
real, right? It's
go.
like,
I got gym trying to unlock me.
yeah, for
Um,
real.
but no, when I got out, when I got out, all the inspiration was there. Once you deal with your freedom, and you get that out the way, that motivation's there. So it just came like that. And I actually have, I got a verse from Red Cloud. Red Cloud's got a verse on there. Waiting on from Savage Fam. Well, and my guy Lenny from Hellbred has also got. So we're doing a remix to it. Drop that one as well. I'm just having a hard time getting everybody on the same page, but we're gonna get that whipped up.
Hell yeah, bro. So you've been working with a lot of collaborations, but through your promotion and recently you've been working with more native artists.
Yes, that's
They've been
my goal.
they've been finding you probably up.
Um, Vice versa. It's a two-way street. You know what I mean? This is I seek out too as well. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I never mentioned and I always forget to mention, I will mention first, E-Pill. My native E-Pill, I tapped in. He is an amazing lyricist, an amazing artist, amazing melodies. Uh, Producer, his accolades are just the same. And they're out of Denver, Colorado, killing the game. So I reached out, tapped in with him. I reached out to Uncle Red Cloud, right? Okay.
Yep, yeah.
Reached out to him. I reached out to Aunt Loke, so it's a vice versa thing.
Who were some of the first native hip artists you ever heard of?
Lightfoot.
Lightfoot.
Yep.
When was that? How old were you?
I was a little kid and I only heard a story about how he put his music on in the car and they threw his tape out the window. Because he was cussing and he was, making the natives look bad. You know what I mean? So that was like my first. So I instantly interested. I was like, ooh, he might be cool. So I checked him out and then found out, this is a little kid that was Indian in the cupboard dude. So that was my first introduction to native hip hop. And then he dropped a video of him grass dancing and I seen him include the regalia with it. And then it went on to, a little bit more when YouTube came out. I found out about Superman and A Tribe Called Red and, like these. And then, and then it clicked with Black Eyed Peas that they, it was really industry hip hop artists is who I knew first.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm always interested of how people heard their first native rapper or artist, no matter what genre. That's what I'm trying to create a little timeline. And it seems like our little bracket right here, our little generation, we was listening, bro. We was tuned in.
Yeah.
When those rappers came on, we were like, all right, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad
How old are you? I'm 32.
I'm 30, bro.
Same era.
Yeah,
Same.
it's the 90s, bro, like 90s. And that's what I feel in your music, bro. Like, I feel that hardcore West Coast, like, I gotta help this dude get up there, bro. He's fucking holding it down.
Thank you.
And, yep. And of course, in the West Coast, you know, up northwest, you guys hold it down with the plants. You were a grower,
Yes, cultivator.
cultivator. Is that a passion more than a hobby?
It is an entire passion. It's a therapy. It's a lot more than just growing to me. It's a learning. I can learn with it. It's life. I
That's
love
where
it.
you meditate.
Yes, that's my passion.
So
Definitely.
how long have you been growing?
I started growing. I did my first run when I was 26.
All right.
Indoor run. Bless my big bro, free J Rock. You know what I'm saying? But J Rock came through when it was legalized. He's a natural born hustler. Came through when it was legalized. Was like, hey, need you to get a card. We're gonna just blew my house up. Blew the garage, not my house, but blew my garage up, and I fell in love. I was growing Durban Poison strictly. Amazing strain, by the way, pure sativa, one of the original sativas. So I grew that for 3 rounds, and just the process of it and the care for it. It was the demand, the sacrifice. I mean, it's everything.
Yeah. And when we go from little stages versus just something just to mess with, and then all the homies are doing it. When did it become a medicine for you? Was that during the same time?
I think, subconsciously I always took it as medicine because it was never something that I really abused. I never went. And to this day, I'm a lightweight. You think that I could, Snoop Dogg. No, no, I don't smoke like that. I keep it in moderation with myself, and I always have. So I think that I've always taken it as a medicine, and used it for, my anxieties and, my little traumas or whatever I had when I was younger. That was what chilled me out. That's what made it like culpable.
Yeah. Can you is part of is your reservation like legalizing it, opening it up, or are they still all against it?
Oh, my res is against it. Now there's reses out here that is not, and they got the hemp things going on, and they're
Yeah.
my tribe's politics is they're not up
Yeah.
to par. They're not there. We got to get more people involved.
We got it, bro.
Have 6,000 to 10,000, something like that, tribal members, and we're only getting 700 voting.
Hmm.
I mean, the numbers, it doesn't make sense. So we gotta get a lot more people involved, to switch that up. But I mean, these generations are shifting. These times are changing naturally. And I think that, within the next 10 years, we're going to see a lot of cool stuff. Because like Grand Ronde, a tribe out here, they just bought land back. They're already ahead of the game. They got new tribal leaders in there, and they switched it up. They're getting their, per caps all switchy weighted and quarterly, and they're getting on board, and they're doing that. They're buying land back and stuff. And I think within the next 10 years, these Northwest tribes everybody's going to start following suit with that. You know what I mean? So I think we're on a good incline, though.
Yeah. So you like you keep up with the politics, native country?
Um, is I enough to not make me upset.
That's true.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know
Yeah.
what?
Especially you
That's,
wearing your orange shirt.
uh,
You got your orange shirt on.
I got my native by nature shirt. You see how show
Yeah, native by nature, Michelle.
she gave me this. Thank you so much, LZ. She gave me this in Las Vegas when she was a headliner. She was headlining for the Native Festival.
Hell yeah, bro. Was that some of like your big places for natives? Some of like the where you met a lot of natives strictly.
Oh, the Native Festival?
Yeah.
Yes, bro. So that was the second one that I've done with Richie Ladrigal. Richie Ladrigal, Gary Janess, Floyd, all them people in Vegas that they locked in. Richie he's given us this platform. He is making sure that that's Uncle Richie. He is making sure that we have a platform, that we are seeing, that he is including Native Americans. Not no bias, but just by us.
Hmm.
It's time to we have to consolidate. We have to isolate, and then we're going to elevate. Then we can open the doors and do big, but we got to come together right now. And what Richie is doing is providing that. And he is bringing the biggest names to the littlest names to any name, just native names. He does it all in prayer. So it's ceremonial, just what I'm talking about with the contemporary natives, and, bringing this music with our medicine. And, he's providing that for us. And especially he's like an OG, that's and for him to be doing that for this next generation, he's lining us up. All he's doing is tying our shoes and making sure our tie's straight, make sure our hat brim's right, and he's gonna get us ready for what's coming next. And I think that's amazing. I met Chelsea. I don't know how else I would have met her. She's from Canada. She drove 20 something hours out there. I mean, then Jody about to be there. Art Son, Defi. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up, man.
And
You met some.
a lot of Navajo natives out there too. That, and gosh, let me tell you about them cats out. Every one of them, you can spit and find talent. Telling you, they're bred with
Hmm.
it. And then I met them cats over there in Vegas with what Uncle Richie's doing.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So you've been traveling. I'm glad you connected, networking. Where has music taken you? Have you been overseas yet? Have you been to other states yet? Or are you
Um,
trying to keep it local, West Coast?
with the international, I do have music placed in Germany. I mean, that's the one thing I got is Germany. I wish I we're gonna get these passports. We're gonna get it right. You know, we're gonna make the trip. You know, the trip's available. We just got to get it right on our side.
Yeah, dude.
International is there. Shout out Penthouse Music. Shout out Sven. You know, shout out all my guys out there. But we get on FaceTime. We just be staring at each other, laughing, saying "What up?" because we can't talk. You know what I mean? But we,
West Coast.
you know what I mean? We still vibe. You know, they said you come out here, we'll have translator. You know, like so it's cool. You know, but as far as traveling around the states, this music has taken me. I went to where the sun rises. You know, I went to New York City. You know, coming from Oregon and these trees. You know, I was used to watch James and Giant Peach so much when I was a kid. I love James and Giant Peach because I love New York. Always loved New York. I just never thought that I'd make it there. Well, this music took me there. You know, New York, Philadelphia, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Montana, Washington, California, Arizona, or I already said Arizona, Nevada. I mean,
That's what's up, bro.
everywhere.
So within these past 4 years, that's what you've been on the road. You've been connecting, networking.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Blessed, bro. I'm glad the success is on the rise. You on the rise. That's why I had to catch you like right now because I know you're gonna be busy later.
And even if I'm busy, I still make time. You can ask anybody that knows me. My head never get too big. I'm a father of 6, 7 kids. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna remain humble, remain who I am. I'm gonna remain for us. So you don't ever worry about that. I could go to Hollywood, whatever, do the thing, and I'll shoot you a ticket. We'll do
Always.
you there. You know what I mean?
All right, bro. Hell yeah, bro. I'm excited to catch you live. Let me ask you this, since you said you only been, you did it project and experiment with music. If you didn't have music, where would you think you would be right now?
Construction,
You'd be working.
construction. Yep, straight up. That's what I was
You
doing. I mean, I was making good money. Good money.
you
Thousand.
doing laying pavement, rebuilding houses, or
I was on the asphalt, seal coat, crack seal.
hell yeah, brother.
Put my essays in the sun, man, eating burritos with
Mm-hmm.
those, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell you one thing, I was working construction too about 2 years ago, bro, and I learned a lot from El Salvadorians, Guatemalans, like Mayans, and all of them kind of understand their native, but they
Popping.
really taught me, yeah, they taught me how to be happy and work with what little you got, man, or how much you got. They taught me how to work and be happy, man, because it gets hard for them, bro. That's a constant reminder. Like, damn, these dudes are native and they're never going back home, bro. And they know that they're never going back. They come back for like holiday weekends, but they home ain't home when they're at. So
If they get
I
to go
feel
day weekends, that's a lot still, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's a gift, and that's too bad because every time, I close the gap on me and my essays. Me and my essays are familiar for like, we're just different dialects. We are the same people. This is their land. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just the same. So my essays is just we are one.
So growing up in Eugene, like what street did you grow up on? What hood did you grow up in? Give
22nd,
us.
man.
That's
20
what I seen was yeah. So that's the block in your video. If you catch the videos, you'll see 22nd Street, right? Or 22nd Ave Street.
corner.
Yep, right there, bro. So he's on his block. He's outside in his neighborhood. So you can see that in a lot of his music videos. Can you give us a little bit of experience how that was coming up?
22nd that was home when I didn't have a home. I was, when, rest in peace, my mom, I love you forever, but when, when she wasn't doing the best, and I never, blame my dad. My dad's, he was kind of separate. He lost 2 babies before me. So, me and my dad have always had this. I understand. Me and my dad got to understand it. And we don't got to talk about it. It's just, I get it, and I love him. I've never been upset with him. But there was a time when I was a kid where, I was on my own. And I didn't have that structure that, what I mean, that solid. And I had to find it. And I found it, through the fights, the bad nights, the goods, the ups. downs, we was always there for each other because it was the same. We was on the same path. You know, our energies brought us together when we were younger, so we had that. You know, so we had something to hang on to, and the the what I was exposed to, you know, growing up like that, in that block lifestyle, that block mentality, you know, OGs, you know, YGs, it taught me a lot. You know, it showed me a lot about who I am. It showed me a lot about my limits. You know, because it's not for everybody. You know, the streets is not for, you know, the faint of heart. You know, so growing up around that, you know, it made me stronger. You know, and when I had a kid, my whole mentality changed, and all the positives, all those strengths, I've transferred over. You know, into being a parent. You know, and learning who I am and myself, and so, you know, 22nd taught me a lot about life, real time. Not no book, not in something that a teacher's telling me, or, you know, a rule that is posted on the wall somewhere. It taught me real time rules. You know.
Yeah. So were you did you go to school? Did you finish your high school?
I did not. I was in juvie.
Yep. Same here, bro.
I was in juvie. I did court school. I got my GED at 16 at the U of O. Um, Flying colors, except for the math. You know what I'm saying? The math, the fractions get me every time.
Hmm. When did you have your first kid?
I was on probation until I was 19 years old.
Oh shit.
Uh,
When did you have your first baby, bro?
when I was 19.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Wow, bro. So you were a young indigenous parent. That's a lot on the weight on the shoulders. How was
Yep.
that like? Were you making music? Did you have an outlet?
No, I didn't.
Mm,
I have always had, you know, my grandmas, my aunties and stuff, you know, my cousins, you know, they always pull through for the babies. You know, the babies are, you know, they'll never go without, you know, around here. You know, and with my first son too, my junior, you know, I had high expectations him to be just like me. You know, I learned a lot with him. You know, and that was a tough time, you know, but it was the best time, because that's my son is where that switch came. That's where that, you know, click on and off, and it took some time to screw in the light bulb. You know, it flickered a lot, but that light bulb was burning bright. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you know, so that it was rough. You know, transferring from street life to parent life, and trying to be the best, and, you know, having an idea of, you know, what I need to do, but wanting, you know, but doing it was the next thing, and, you know, your relationship with your boys, with who you came up with, you know. It's, you know, it got to the point where I felt like I was choosing sides, you know. So it's just, you know, you know, it just started turning into, you know, I got my kid, you know, my son's sleeping, or he's sick, or he's teething right now, I can't, you know. So I just started using him as an excuse, you know, of why I can't, you know what I mean.
mhm,
um and none of those things was going on. He was cool running around, you know what I mean, drinking a tippy, you know. But, you know, that, you know, it showed me where my heart is at. You know what I'm saying? My heart has always been with wanting to be a family, a
mhm,
family man. You know, being a part of being loved, being brought up, nurtured at different stages in life. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to give that to my children. I want them to, you know, to be able to, you know, become, you know, from infant to a toddler, a baby, a toddler, a kid, you know, a preteen, a teen. You know, I want all those to be actual times in their lives that they remember, you know. So, you know, my kids are a blessing. They're a literal blessing to me.
mhm,
That was my medicine, is, you know, that love.
mhm. Then you start investing into your family, huh?
Yeah, that boy,
So,
Shane never loved me like that, you know.
mhm.
Really loved me.
When did you start investing? Who records your music? Do you record the music? Do you go to a studio?
I do not. So, and if you know me, I'm very focused on certain tasks. I rap. I don't record. I don't. Eventually, I'm sure I'll learn. I've learned a couple programs and stuff, but it takes my creativity to, like, really dive in and dissect what things are. So I don't record myself. I was recording with my bro Stacks for the longest time. Stacks got busy with food carts doing his thing. So I have gone out to Zebulon Dak in Portland. An amazing dude. He's been doing 10, 15 years. He's the man.
Oh, that's what's up, dude. So you've been getting professional help.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Have
What was
to.
your first? What was that first song you put out?
First song I put out was it's either Shots Fired or I Am the West.
No.
Those are two. There's two videos. I think it was Shots Fired, and then I came out with I Am the West. Shots Fired was my first video.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, that I Am the West, bro. That was Sully? Is that his name?
That's my bro, Stelly. Yeah.
Stelly. Yo, that shit was fresh, dude. That was sick, bro.
Yes, though, bro. Linked on a track. 8 bars for him and Eddie Kane. Rest in peace to my brother Eddie Kane. Stelly heard the 8 bars, bro. Me and Stelly got to chopping it up. Our motivations smacked each other in the DM, and he was in the car on his way to Portland. He showed me how to get up and go. Get on the highway, go. You don't need $1,000 to go nowhere. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? You don't. Finance your money out. Make sure you straight at home and get on the roads. You know, Stelly taught me that. So yeah, shout out Stelly, man. He came out. We shot I Am the West. We went all over. I showed him waterfalls, and I mean it's all in the video.
For
And then
real, bro.
he took me down to Frisco, to Modesto. You know what I'm saying? Like we shot that video up and down the I-5.
Hell yeah. So he really pushed you to keep going with your music.
Yes. Oh, it's not keep going. He caught me when we were lighting the furnace, and he just cranked that shit all the way up, man. He's straight up, steadily lit a fire right under my ass, bro. And that was a rocket.
All right. So you're a songwriter. What
Yeah.
gets you in that mind state? And how are your writing sessions? Are you competitive? Do you try to he's coming with the heat, so I gotta come with it too.
I'm very competitive. But I'm only competitive with myself. My writing process is if I catch that when I catch that first 2 bars, if I catch that cadence, it might take an hour. It might take 5 minutes. It might take right when I hear the song. It won't take no longer than an hour. But when I catch it, it's over. It's done. I got it. I could just, there's just something about that. And then once I get it, there's just a natural flow. I've done this so many times. My 4-bar transitions, 8-bar transitions, my double entendres, my rhyme words, trying to rhyme the first word with the fourth word and then the second word with the, you know what I mean? Like, that's all. That's just repetitive, little muscle work, jumping jacks. So once I get that first cadence, that's it.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad you fucking studying the raps, bro. Studying those bars. There's a lot of MCs, they just think they got it and they got it. They don't really try to break it down bar for bar, word for word, because what were some of the rappers you grew up listening to?
Method Man, Ghostface Killer, Jewel Santana,
All right.
Lupe Fiasco. I
East
love
Coast.
East Coast, dog, so much.
So when you went to New York, that was something special then, huh?
You don't even know. No, I teared up, bro. I teared up.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Bishop, shout out Cool Nuts, shout out the team at that time that put us in a position to be there. They'll never know what that did for me and what it did for my soul, my energies. That put a certain power and energy. Like I said, I went to the place where the sunrise. There's a different world over there. They're 3 hours ahead of us. Okay, they're time travelers to us. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have different. That's why we have different flows. They're choppy, backpacky, boom bappy. We're super slappy. Make it. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. So going to New York was everything.
All right. How do you feel about the government?
Government doing us dirty, man. The government. I think that they've gone too far. With what they're so far away from. It doesn't matter what we do. We've let them get too far. Now we got to let them burn themselves up. You know,
Okay.
but we're gonna have to start getting people inside there. We're gonna have to start joining up with them and making that difference. That's always been a thing, you know, from the 60s, 50s, we've always needed to join them ranks, get inside and work our magic from that angle. Cause the angry angle, the war angle, that's what they built on. That's what they've done forever is war, 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 war. You kill them with kindness in a sense. You kill them with their own knowledge, their own medicine per se. You know, we can't lose. But until that happens, till we start sliding our people into, you know, these positions and, you know, at these levels and racing our kids to be these people. We got to let them blow up. We got to let them burn themselves up, or, you know, we got to let the people get mad enough to, you know, have everybody. And we've had a couple blips, you know, we've had a couple uprises, you know, and so the potential, you know, I mean, it's just it's a matter of, you know, not, you know, when it's gonna happen now.
Yeah, when we want it.
That I think everybody can see it. You know, when I was a little kid, all these things wasn't going on. There wasn't this many problems. There's a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
that's one
new.
thing I wanted to ask you, bro. Is were you like were your aunties, uncles, your parents, did they tell you about these problems, these like social, economic, racism?
Just watched
You
them.
weren't.
They didn't. It wasn't like a sit down and teach us a class or, you know, something that they talked about over at dinner. It was just something that they were doing. So we seen it. You know, my aunties and, you know, my cousins was the ones who, you know, marched up to D.C. for, you know, for our restoration for Siletz, because they killed our restoration, took our rights. We had nothing. You know, we was out there in Siletz and coastal land where, you know, we're not acclimated to the land. You know, you know, people were dying. That's tall, steep, rocky mountains. You know, made for bears and elk, not humans. You know, you know, at that time when everybody was sick and hurting around, and, you know, resources and burning garbages, and, you know, I mean, was, you know, they was up there. You know, and I've always heard my people talk about it. You know, we're not huge, but, you know, I mean, everybody knows everybody, and, you know, I've always heard them talk about it. Everybody, you know, so it was not something that was like taught to us. It's just something that we've seen. It was just something that was the reality. Is, you know, I mean, a lot of political, you know, and Dino Butler, you know, he was you know, he was with the AIM and running around with them. You know, he's from Siletz, so there was
Mm,
always that political energy where we were from. You know, following suit, you know, with our warrior, you know, with Dino and what he had going on. So, and you know, it was definitely followed up, and we got, you know, my auntie and family was a piece of why, you know, we got restored.
for real. I'm glad, bro. You guys had to fight for that. We still fighting for that, you know, keeping it alive. And
Yeah,
seems like we always have to scream out loud, you know.
and it's sad, you know, that we're happy over crumbs. You know,
Hmm.
you know. But like I
Yeah,
said, you know, give it 10, 15 years. We're starting to see a curve. We're starting to see something different. Shout out Tiny House Warriors, never stopping. Shout out Braided Warriors. Shout out Savage Fam. Shout out the Resistance. You know, the natives are standing up all over in, you know, Treaty 6 territories in Canada. You know, the Southern natives down in like Texas and Florida, they're starting to stand up. You know, just give it time. Give it time, because we're not our ancestors.
hmm,
We are not them. We are their grandchildren, their great grandchildren. We have a little bit different generational trauma, and it's turmoil differently inside of us, and it's going to be released differently. And they're seeing that now. They're seeing the resistance. They're seeing us in their face. They're seeing us not stop. You can't tell us that no more. There's cameras now. You know what I mean? There's social media. It gives us a different angle at this. So, I mean, like I said, give it 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
10, 15. You heard it.
And come back to this
Yeah.
interview.
Yup. And we'll come back, bro. You know, we might have little gray hairs, you know, but we'll be speaking it. We'll still be flowing.
I already got mines. I'm starting.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. So you're gonna be rapping for life. I mean, this music is everything to you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with the attention or not, I'll rap. I mean, since I was a little kid, everything was a rhyme. That's how I learned things. That's how I learned left and right in my shoes, and left and right at the light, and the reds and the blues, and that's how I learned. It was just rapping, you know.
And your kids are watching you. They flowing now too?
Yes, one of my daughters, Jasmine, has two songs. And then
Oh wow.
she got her big sister Leah involved, and then they got a song together. And I just set up a studio in my room 2 days ago. So I'm gonna start messing around with it, you know. And I'm gonna let them get in there. So I'm definitely pushing my energy into them. They're seeing it. They're showing that they're really gonna do it. They're not just coming up, oh, listen to me rap and spitting funny bars and laughing. No, she came with a verse. She came with a hook. She structured it. She had a dance to it, and it's a good one. You know what I mean? So yes, you know, my kids are watching, and they're definitely following suit.
Hell yeah, brother. You know, and as a parent and as someone who's running like your business, you know, you're promoting yourself. How was COVID impacted your craft?
Just open my lane up. Um, I don't want to speak on vaccinations or nothing like that because, you know, it's hit my home. I've never got the COVID yet. It's hit my home twice. You know, I've been displaced from work, no pay. You know what I'm saying? So I've been affected by it. You know what I mean? But I've never. It's never. I don't know how to. I've had one flu shot my whole life, and that flu shot I got sick. You know what I mean? I've never really been a sickly kid. You know, I never really got sick like that. You know, I ran around. I was, you know, no socks on, wet shoes, and, you know, just snuffly nose. You know, I was just that little kid running around. You know, so I think my immune system's up and stuff. So when COVID hit, you know, it scared a lot of people. You know, but that just, I mean, to me, it was like it was the best time to move around. There was nobody in the airports. There was, you know, so I went out and shot three videos during COVID. And that's when I traveled the most. I mean,
Okay.
plane tickets was low. You know what I mean? Nobody was flying, you know? So, I mean, when COVID didn't affect me, it just pushed me. It showed me that, you know, it just took me to where I've always been. I feel like it brought everybody to, you know, to my level, you know? Now you don't got that. Now you don't got that job. Now you don't got these like securities that you're gonna, you know, rest on. You got you. You know what I mean? And now there was a lot of people that, you know, you could take the government assistance, you can get that unemployment, you could rock, and that's cool. And I'm not judging that. That's what's up. I never did that though. I wasn't, you know, I just got out here and got to it. You know, I just thought that the black market opened up even more. That's my lane. So my lane just got broader, it got bigger, and I capitalized just like any other business person does, you know, especially when there's such a big gap, you know, if the goalie's not standing at the goal, the soccer boy gonna kick the ball, man. He's gonna right down the middle, you know. So that's
Hell
just
yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I'm glad during this break, pretty much everybody, job or whatnot, you know, people had to like sit down. I'm glad I sat down because that's how I found you, bro. I was like, dang, I need some music. And I don't know. I forgot. I think I just put in native hip hop, but I found you on YouTube on the Thizzler.
yeah.
That's the video. That's the video I first seen of you, bro.
Yicky's
Yicky's up. What is Yicky's up, bro? What's Yicky's?
up is so and so if you look it up in the Urban Dictionary, Yicky's up is a reference to a gun. But to me,
Okay.
your Yicky is whatever. I mean, whatever you use, put your Yicky up. But if you got a chanupa, put your chanupa up. If you got hands, put your hand. You know what I mean? Like if it's your Yicky, it's, you know, it's your power. Whatever you use to battle, you know. Put a club up, you know. Put your Yiki up, you know.
Hell yeah, bro. So I was like, what Yicky's up, bro? I was like, that's probably from the Northwest slang. I'm like, I get it. I get it. And your
Yeah.
hair, bro. You got it in your
Hey Mozzie, he was with he switched up the lingo out here. You know, Mac Dre and all them back in the Thiz era, they yada, you know, boy, you know, like they was the one who was controlling the lingo. You know, Mr. Fab and all they was control. Now it's like Mozzie and YG. You know, now they're taking over the lingo, and you know, Yiki's like a branch off of Mozzie. You know, Glicky, and you know how they be talking.
yeah, that's why West Coast is something special, bro. Because West Coast has its own culture, bro, and natives are in it, you know, and they're adapting, and evolving the hip hop culture out there. And I'm glad you win it, and you're getting recognized, man. That's a beautiful thing, you know. And people see that long hair, you know, and they see, oh, that's a native, that's Savelle, man. How long have you been growing your hair? Have you always had long hair?
Yeah, I cut it twice. The first time I got it cut, I was a little boy. I was like 4 or 5. And I thought that you can get your hair cut long. So when they started cutting my hair up top, I was getting sad because it wasn't long. So I ended up having a mullet. So I had my hair cut that time. I made him stop, you know what I mean? Like, I was crying, like, give me my hair back, you know? And then another time I was 11 and I lost a wrestling match. I was on my back and I tried to, I couldn't move. I was laying on my hair. I think that it was either right after the tournament that week I got my hair cut.
So you've been growing out
And
how long now?
so since then, started growing when I was 13, maybe 15, probably like
Never cut.
15 to 20 years. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I mean, I've been growing mine since my grandma passed, 18. Wow, bro. Hell yeah. All your sons and daughters got long hair too?
Yeah, I've been talking to my son. I want to leave it open to him. What he
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
to 4 now too. So that's a big time for us. He's 4 years old. He's
Mm.
learned a lot. He's been through the seasons. He can speak. He can do his thing. So I asked him, if he wants a mohawk and stuff, and he does. But he also talks about, he likes having long hair like daddy. So I'm gonna let him sit on it for another couple months. But yeah, my kids got long hair.
Yeah, that's important. That's very important.
And I got 4 stepdaughters, and they're black. So I got one of them. She got dreadlocks. I taught her about, her culture and how they're the people, how they do, and how they take care of themselves, and what they do and with their hair. And so one of them, the oldest one, she got dreads too. So and she's
Oh
11.
yeah. Nice. Teaching those ways, man.
Yeah,
That's good.
and that's what I think of a lot of disconnect is in the world is people don't know who they are. They got white, black. Like I'm surprised they haven't brown, red, and yellow on the applications nowadays. But people don't know who they are. They don't have a sense of root. They don't have a sense of people think they're really from these lands. And I'm like, you got family 3 generations back that has seals, and like people don't know that they're French and Russian and German or Polish, or those are all rich cultures. Those are respectable people, and they have ways, and I just think that's a lot of the things that we don't have as a whole in the world. So I want to teach at least my kids, you're going to know who you are, you're going to know where you're from, you're going to know where your great grandparents are, you're going to be able to tell me about them. So you understand, you know what I mean? That's how I understood. Is my cousin. She's like a historian. She can tell you everybody who married in and how we're all connected and how we all touch and how some cousins are her cousins and they're not my cousins because of her great grandpa and he. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
the identity. I don't want my kids to ever have to search for an identity, search for who they are. You know what I mean? We just learned that right now.
That's good, bro. That's how we stop it. And for those elders, that were shaming you at the beginning, bro, they're gonna see your kids and they're gonna be like, okay, I get it now, bro. I get it, because that's one thing. A lot of Native artists, our generation, we're pushing boundaries, not just to the oppressors, their borders, but also tradition, traditional appearance, hairstyles,
We
speaking.
we got to understand that our elders are coming from a place of pain. Our elders are
Hmm.
from a place of fear, a place of of hurt, of violence, of silence. They're
Silent.
from
Yep.
dark places. So to talk with them, there's gonna always gonna be that void. To show them, that's something that we don't need to talk about. You know.
Yep. For
So
real, man.
Oh yeah, so I just focus my energy into my kids, and I just hope it portrays what I'm doing, you know, in due time.
As it will, bro, because you're coming from the heart, you're coming from the heart. You're
Yeah,
coming from something sacred that means something to you. You family man, and you created a family. You're gonna hold on to that close, just as well as with this music with your family. To have an outlet if they wish. The mic is right there, bro. The mic is right there. So I'm glad that you're doing this, bro, and I'm glad that you have a head on your shoulders and have a direction. Not many people, they jump into hip hop, they jump into music, they jump into all this, have expectations, but no plan. No plan. And it's always good to know where you come from, know what has been done, and finding your place within it. finding your lane, finding some way how you can bring more awareness, more medicine back to your people, to your family. You know, and I'm glad that you're doing that, brother, because I see nothing but greatness for you, bro. I see you going up. I see you going up. You're gonna get recognized, man, and I can see so many people are gonna be drawn to you, bro, and they're gonna want to hear your story. And I'm glad that you can speak about your people, your family, you know, with the traumas that you came up through, you know, on 22nd. So it's kind of like you got a story to tell, and it's
I,
going to relate to so many people and so many native people too, you know, because my mom, she comes from the city too. She comes from the Bay, you know, so that's how I got real connected, going up there every summer, checking on my grandma in Richmond, California. And
oh,
so, you know, so it was kind of it was an experience of itself, you know, checking out Cali and then hanging with the natives in Cali. So being diverse, man, being and it shows in your music, you know, different types of music, different types of, you know, like you're saying, you like East Coast rap too, you know. So I'm glad you have a wide range of genres that you look up to.
yep. Most definitely. You know, and East Coast rap is, you know, I got West Coast slapping energy, but I got lyrics because of the East Coast, because every word means something over there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Everything lines up for something else. So I ain't saying this line without thinking about that line coming up. You know what I mean? So,
So so talking to a hip hop head, you keeping up with the verses?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
got some heaters, and then on this new project I got coming out, a lot of that technicality, is gonna start showing a lot more. You know, get away from, and I'm not getting away from making slaps, you know, making singles, but I'm starting to release more art. You know, different lanes as far as like what everybody's used to from like me putting out. You know, from like shooters, bass in the trunk, pipe down, geekies up. You know, those are all, you know, certain energy levels, and I got different stuff coming out. You know, this next tape, and I've
When
done
do you
it.
think you,
I've seen people, you know, how they interacted with it and they like it. So definitely coming with the lyrical wordsmith coming on, you know what I'm saying?
all right, bro. I can't wait. And that's coming with this new project coming out.
Yes.
All right. When do you think you're gonna drop that? Next year, you said.
No, this year. It's coming up.
This year.
Um, it's coming sooner than everybody thinks. It could be within the next 30 days.
Oh shit. All
Yeah.
right.
And I've been sitting on it for a while, but it's got to be perfect, you know. It's got to be right. I got a lot going on with it. Everything's just got to make sense from intro to outro. You know, and I'm from the era of CDs, so I'm from the interludes. You know, the how Nelly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he had so many people on his. You know what I'm saying? I'm from that era of, you know, skits and stuff. So, you know, this one's gonna come with that as well.
Hell yeah, bro. That's gonna be something to listen to, man. That's what I miss. I miss having compilation CDs, conceptual albums, bro. And man, it does something for the artist, man.
Yeah, make sure you drop your address off to me after we get off of here, and I'll send you my first two CDs. Um,
All right.
you can see.
Hell yeah, bro. It's gonna be sitting up. I don't know if I open them, you know, 'cause it's gonna be something special, bro. I might have to just let it sit. You know,
No,
wait till you get that Grammy, and I'm gonna be like, I got his shit right here.
each. One to slap, one to put up there. You know what I mean?
Yo, hang it up, bro. I'm telling you, you're going places now. Are you ready, man? I'm excited for your journey, bro. And I love that we can do this live. If there's like, we've been through trauma, man. Our people are hurting. Our young kids, our parents. You know what it's like to be a parent. We need some words of wisdom, inspiration. You know, and, I always give the artists, the educators, anybody who I'm interviewing, just give us some words of wisdom for us, the people that are having a hard time tonight.
Just don't forget that that we all we got. That we are humans. Above anything else, that we are human beings, and we all go through things, and that the power of love can overcome anything. Just don't forget that we are all we got, and the power of love can overcome anything. That's what I got.
Hell yeah, brother Savelle. Well, I thank y'all for doing this interview, man. I don't want to hold you too long.
Okay. Thank you for having me. I'm so blessed to be on here. This is one of the dopest. For real.
Hell yeah, man. Well, everybody that's tuning in, that's going to be watching this, y'all need to check out. His links are in his bio. Check him on YouTube, Spotify. Album dropping soon, man. So you got to follow his journey. This dude's on the rise. I'm telling y'all, from the Northwest. Savelle, man, the native. Glad y'all can join. Have a good night, brother.
Thank you, man. You as well, man.
I'm going to play some of his music. I'm going to play some of his music right now. Let's check it out. Next. But I hope y'all enjoyed the talk, bro. I'm glad we can meet Savelle Tha Native, bro, because telling y'all, man, he got some bangers in his playlist. And I'm glad he's studying the music, you know. I'm glad he's keeping up with the politics. I'm glad that, you know, he's growing, you know, he's growing his plants, man. He's connected to the earth in his way. Man, he got a beautiful story to tell, bro. And once you guys play this back and you hear his story, you know, oh, bro. Beautiful music, bro. And collaborations. Amazing artists he collaborated, bro. There's not one track that I could not play it back. I had to play back every track I hear, bro. Savelle Tha Native, Deuce, My Life.
Gotta get my mind right. Stack this bread all the way to the sky.
Say lick me up, alright. Yickies.
Gotta get my mind right. Stack this bread all the way to the sky. I'm just living my life. Been in the game trying to.
Oh, right here, bro. Since request, we got a request. I thank y'all. That was a good interview. I mean, he's a great guy. Great guy, man. Humble guy, bro. Humble. And these are most of his cover arts for his singles. Check him out, y'all. He's up. He's up.
Savelle, baby.
Savelle.
You ain't about what I'm about. Drop the window, man. I ain't his ass out. Pussy icky side. Brush socked him in his mouth. On the corner, man, in front of my house. Pussy icky side. If you don't want that beef, I have him up, no sleep for a week. Pussy icky side. The whole team wanna eat it. Ain't sweet when the dog's up the leash. Pussy icky side. Hard line for the benefits. On the grind over time, can't be settling. I'm on the move to stay relevant. Heading to the top while settling. Sucker keep pedaling. Until that bitch, I blow her back out. And a fuckboy tools, he act out. I'm from the section, you get backed out. Burner in the stash, keep hands like back out. I don't stand in, baby, I stand out. Understand that you fucking with the mans now. Came through when I'm fucking up the plans now. New wave, keep them old ways round, yeah. So understand this kid that gets out in the mix. Some kids playing with sticks. They don't always use fish, so I'm hoping you quit. Better duck when it buck, cause it burn when it hit. Pussy icky side. You ain't about what I'm about. Drop the window, man, I ain't his ass out. Pussy icky side. Brush socked him in his mouth. On the corner, man, in front of my house. Pussy icky side. If you don't want that beef, I have him up, no sleep for a week. Pussy icky side. The whole team wanna eat it. Ain't sweet when the dog's up the leash. Pussy icky side. Cause I don't talk about it. Let me see him in the streets and let my dogs at him. Cause we all off the leash like the law coming. Y'all checking for the camera, now you all running. Now it's funk on sight. From the jump, no punk, want the guns or a knife.
Savelle Tha Native.
Man, I ride for my guys.
Y'all gonna follow him, though.
Serve beef all night. Try to tell him no. You ain't listen, catch him slipping at the hard go. Yeah, I beat that boy ass like he hard pole. Whole team with me like native, that's a carpool. Cause this ain't no show. Right hook, left hook, with a head's coat. Cock back, let it smack, boy, choose your rope. I keep a fifth in the stick just to ease my soul. So let's go. You ain't about what I'm about. Drop the window, man, I ain't his ass out. Pussy icky side. Brush sock locked him in his mouth. On the corner, made it from his mom's house. Pussy Yicky's up. If you don't want that beef, I have him up, no sleep for a week. Pussy Yicky's up. The whole team wanna eat it, ain't sweet when it goes up the leash. Pussy Yicky's up.
Savelle Tha Native, y'all. I'm telling y'all. He's next, bro. He's next. He's going up. I mean, I can't, there's not one song I cannot play. Y'all need to check him out live, bro. He's coming to Phoenix, so y'all better come to Phoenix and fucking turn it up for here, man. He just got a show with Anton Edwards, Anton, Team Blizz.
Got 212s, let it go, put out the trunk. Out of this shit, bang, it's a Yankee black. They gon' slap this track all across the map. Like my bass in the trunk, like a double on screen. Speakers get to knocking every time we hit the sink. Cup full of that, I mean, boy, I do this for the team. Boy, I do this for the tribe, nigga. Fuck you, mean. I'ma hit you with that blackout. Maybe no, I guess I had to blow it back out. Real boy, he's snoring there back out.
Alright, y'all, I'm gonna end it, bro. It's too fun. It's too fun right now. I hope y'all enjoy the live. Hope everything's good with everybody out there. But I'm gonna have to end it. Telling y'all, bro. Savelle Tha Native, bro. Next, bro.
Like a P where the bishop Don Juan, man, my pimp is strong. There's levels to the game.
Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna let this load up. Y'all can play it back. Tomorrow we got Fate, straight out of New Mexico, House Pueblo, coming from a traditional singing group family, drum making family. He'll be running live tomorrow. Fate. That's who we got up next. But we just had to talk with Savelle Tha Native, up and coming legend right now. I'm telling y'all, he's gonna make a mark. He's gonna leave a mark, bro. We ain't gonna ever forget this native right here. A lot of good words. Y'all tune in tomorrow. Fate of the World tomorrow. Another hip hop legend of the Southwest. Y'all check him out. Follow him. I'll put a flyer out. And then this coming week is going to be an even bigger week. We got some pretty well-established native artists, indigenous artists, as well as some very important issues around native country happening right now. So we got a Oaxaca COVID relief. We'll be doing them next week. I'm hopefully lining up 2 interviews with 2 movements happening currently with the Oak Flat and a lithium mine in Wickiup. So I'm gonna try to line those up for this coming week. Talk about some how we could get support. You know, Oak Flat right now has a flyer out. Protect Oak Flat. They have a flyer out. They're doing a caravan all the way up to the Bay in San Francisco for the 9th Circuit Court. So they're going to be doing a caravan up there. A lot to talk about with them, where they're going and the intention they're going up there with, and the prayers that they're going to go up with, and what this court is all about for the Protect Oak Flat movement, and as well as the lithium mine that's happening not too far from the Arizona-California border by Kingman. So there's a lot to talk about, a lot to connect, a lot of information out there. But we're going to try to bring that information to this platform and share it with everybody here. I'm gonna have to go. There's a lot more to come. Just know that, a lot more to come. International artists to come, a lot more to come. But Savelle Tha Native was tonight's feature. Check out his music, follow him, support him. He's doing it for his families, for his kids, for his culture, and he's the one.